the mob. Alhamdulillah, check you and me and do your job. Berg is the name, Big Baller did the chain. Torn up for the watch, Prezi plain Jane. Yamagini chain, rest in peace to my superior. Hermes Lugafita village in Liberia. PMT taking pictures causing my hysteria. Mama see me all BP and start tearing up. I was talking to niggas, how you get that track? I attended holla picnics when you risk your life. Uncle used to skim work, selling nicks at night. I was only 8 years old, watching Nick at night.
Welcome, everyone. If you are new here, my name is Kay Bly. This is Slice of Horror. Go ahead and give us a thumbs up. And if you are not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Okay, push us out there into the algorithm. We are on episode 4 of The Last of Us. And I appreciated seeing Jeffrey Wright this episode. I actually didn't know he was going to be in this. Maybe y'all knew. Okay, apparently I'm the last person to know everything. But I appreciated seeing him in this episode. Good way to start an episode. I like when The Last of Us gives us a cold opening. So thank y'all. I need y'all to do that more often. But I am not here alone. Charles, how did you feel about this episode? And did you know Jeffrey Wright was going to be in it?
Yeah, because he looked like the dude from the game that he played. Yeah. When I saw the casting, I meant to look up and see if like he played the voice of the character in the game or not, but I didn't look that up. But because they look alike, it was a good casting. Everybody's so amped up about Ellie not looking like Ellie, but I mean they got some of those right. Joel ain't look like Joel either though. So.
Let me see. Does he voice
Isaac?
Okay, that's his name. Voice Isaac in the game. That's the list. Y'all ain't gonna get me. Yes.
He does. Okay, that's why. Yeah, good, just like him.
Was it called The Last of Us Part 2?
Yeah.
Okay, yes. Okay, I see you, HBO. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. They've had a couple of people from the game, voice actors from the game in the show. Because Ellie's mom was Ellie's voice actor and the actress in the game. And the dude who was working for the crazy lady who was killing Fedra people in the first season, like her right-hand man got his head ripped off by the bloater. He was Tommy in the game. So they had a couple of people. Yeah, but I didn't realize that though. But I was like, yeah,
like him playing. I think this is the first time that the voice actor is the same character. Because they've been doing that since season 1, having some of the voice actors play different characters and things like this. But yeah, I missed that. Shout out to all the people who already knew that ahead of time, and not me. How I dropped the ball on that, I have no idea. I was supposed to know about that. I'm supposed to know about all the black characters.
Oh my God.
I have failed.
Yeah. So it gets dark, so
I have failed.
Regarding Isaac in the game, it gets dark. So well, this episode got pretty damn dark.
It's darker than this?
Yeah, darker. Yeah, it gets worse.
Oh my gosh. Oh. I've never seen Jeffrey Wright like this before. This is something else.
Yeah, what they call it in the Batman? Commissioner Gordon or whatnot. Well, he wasn't commissioner at the time. He was Detective Gordon. Yeah.
That movie he was in that came out like last year, the year before, that was good. The one with that had Issa Rae in it. I can't even think of the name of it. That was a good movie.
You're naming too many black people.
And then be mad when YouTube don't put us in the algorithm like I want them to. At this point, I need to start pointing the fingers at myself.
I told you what to do. Yeah, go ahead and take this image right here and make both of them black jokes.
Well, I put Jeffrey Wright on the thumbnail for this week. See if we can make something shake this week. I can't tell you what's gonna happen to that, but if this video do the best than all the rest of them, I'm gonna know something, YouTube.
Oh yeah, we're gonna know
I'm,
something.
I'm gonna really know something.
YouTube like Donald Trump and Stephen A. Smith asked Donald Trump about Harvard, and Donald Trump started talking about Harlem. He was talking to a black man. That's exactly what YouTube is doing, man. That's exactly what they doing.
Every video they be playing on my face. But y'all, and another thing I just realized today, there's only 3 episodes left.
Oh damn.
3. Right.
Only 7 episodes. I mean, wait, hold on. Nah, there's a lot. There's a lot of stuff between now and then the Ellie versus Abby. In the game, like where they are now, there's a whole lot of shit.
So that means, look, this better be the last slow episode, because with 3 left, I need it to be back to back to back to back action. Okay, I need my adrenaline pumped up these next 3 episodes. Y'all
Unless
remember
they
Walking
doing
Dead 5 when the first 3 episodes like hit you real hard? I need The Last of Us to do that.
Right. I mean, unless they're doing a season 3 with Abby. I mean, because I just don't know how they're gonna. Because in the game, man, we like that. There's been some time jumps already. In the game, you see what happens to Abby in the time jump. So, like, what? The next 2 episodes is going to be Abby episodes, and then the 3rd episode is going to be an Abby Ellie episode. That makes no sense. I hope they do some shit better than that, because they're going to fit that much story in 3 episodes. It's about to be terrible.
I don't know how this gonna work out.
They're about to have 3 2-hour episodes.
Well, I think last season, one of the episodes or a couple of them was extended episodes. So it ain't like they ain't done extended episodes before. So, I mean, hopefully that's still something that's on the table if we can extend the episodes out a little bit. But yeah, there's only 3 left. So, I'm gonna need to see something.
Yeah, that's wild.
Again, this was a cold opening. Okay.
Yeah, man.
I had to fast forward it a couple of times because I was like, what is he doing? Like, did he really do that to these people? Because at first I thought he did it to the other people because I wasn't half paying attention. Then when I fast forward again, I was just like, wait, no, these are your people. And I had to fast forward again. I was just like, okay, back up to the reason that you did it. But I guess we weren't supposed to know right away why he did it, and just kind of like let the episode flow to be like, oh, okay, this kind of was like a planned thing. He was just trying to get rid of Fedra anyway. Like, this was always gonna happen. So it took me a minute to be like, what the hell is going on here? And what a way to go.
Yeah. This show doesn't pull many punches. They have a thing for telling stories in a weird order. Like, it's very rarely that all the stories like coming to us in a linear fashion. So like this, I knew a little bit about like where this was going. And I could tell based on the last episode that Fedra got their ass kicked, because they was talking about how Fedra was fighting off multiple small factions and whatnot. And so we knew something happened to Fedra. We knew Fedra was gone pretty much, and Ellie didn't know because they're not. Jackson isn't really part of the rest of the world right now. Kind of isolated. So yeah, this is pretty much telling us like the downfall of Fedra. Like, that shit happened from the inside. Like, I mean, and you see later on, you see Fedra guys in the street, and they're just on both sides of the fight. Everybody's Fedra. Everybody's dead. It's Fedra. And it's like, that's because they were shooting each other. So yeah, Fedra fell apart from the inside, which is kind of interesting to think about. But it's just weird that all that happened outside of Jackson, and Jackson just has no clue what's going on in the rest of the world.
They should have been sending a scout, even though I know it's probably dangerous and they want to keep everybody in. But sometimes, you got to send out somebody to be nosy.
Yeah, you need some news, man. You need some news.
Y'all need to go scout
a regime change. I mean, it's pretty much a regime change. You had the remnants of the federal government get taken over by freaking militias. Yeah, we kind of need to know that.
And they doing a disservice by not having people out there being nosy.
Yeah, they are. Like it's crazy. You gotta have some scouts.
You know, 5 was a bit excessive, Dina. No, I mean, I guess we needed to know, and
I'm
we
pretty
for
sure she panicked. I'm pretty sure after she got that positive, pretty sure she was like, "What the hell?" And she just kept peeing on her.
I mean, after 2, I was just like, I guess that's enough for me.
Yeah. Yeah, it's wild though. I'm trying to figure out. My first thing when I saw this scene was kind of contrived because like why are they searching for meds? Did they not leave with medication? Like they're trying to find pain pills or whatnot. I understand Dina because she's feeling the symptoms of pregnancy or whatnot. I can understand her wanting to hit a pharmacy. It just seemed weird that they were searching for like pain medication to start with. It's kind of like they shoehorned that in there to get her to the pregnancy test to get the information to us that she was pregnant. But it was pretty obvious that she was pregnant in the last episode. And it's kind of with hindsight for me because I know in the game she's pregnant. But if you didn't play the game, you kind of figured after she threw up after seeing dead bodies, being that she's a child of the apocalypse, she's not shocked by death. You know what I'm saying? Because she was born after it happened. Both of them were. So, that was a telltale sign that she was pregnant. So it kind of seemed like a shoehorn type of scene. But it did kind of give us I guess clarity, because a lot of people ain't following this shit. I see a lot of discourse about the show, and people are confused by things, and I'm sitting here like, are y'all not paying attention? But I guess they need to hit people over the head with it a little harder. And in this scene, they're basically saying, "Yes, she is pregnant."
And sometimes you just got to follow the lore of things, because in every zombie apocalypse, it's going to be some person that just gets pregnant at the most inconvenient time.
I mean, she was
with a love triangle.
She was in Jackson though. Like Jackson is his own self-contained, self-run freaking entity. They like if there's anywhere to get pregnant, it's there. Now,
but it was inconvenient because that's not, conducive to where we're at now.
I mean, yeah, I don't think she got pregnant thinking she was gonna go on a revenge quest right after. I don't think the pregnancy was intentional, but you kind of.
That's the thing. This is like, it's always somebody that in an apocalypse that's getting pregnant at the wrong time, and then there's a love triangle.
Yeah, I feel you. I mean, there's no Shane and Rick here, but still.
Are you?
I'll just say
We might need to shake the table.
I just don't. I mean, you're gonna have to procreate anyway. You're gonna have to do that. It kind of comes off as weird when people in the apocalypse get pregnant on accident. It's like, I mean, y'all gotta take precautions, man. If you're not planning to have a kid, you know what I'm saying? Like if there's ever a time to plan for a child, it's in the apocalypse. You know what I'm saying? It's when you're hunted by fungus zombies. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't know, but Dina is very off the cuff, man. She just does what you want to do, say what you want to say. She's very like in your face. She's a free spirit to an extent, except with her mom.
There are mushrooms walking around.
I mean, I feel you, but
there are walking.
You 20-something, and there's a tall Asian guy in the community. Like, you ain't gonna hop on the D.
Apparently, her and Maggie will. So Move
Oh God.
around. You know, when did Ellie learn how to sing? Did I miss it?
And you know what? You know, Joe taught her how to play. I don't know when she learned how to sing. I mean, I guess that's
I was like, this
dope
is a
shit.
whole concert. I didn't know we were playing the guitar and we're singing. This is a
It's
whole show.
it was weird to me though that like that song to us is just like an old 80s song, but to them, there's no context. Like, cause like this entire exploration of them in Seattle kind of drove home the point that these are children born after the world ended. So they don't know shit about nothing. And at the same time, like they're still experiencing, the past. They have a different connection to it than we do. Like for them, that's a world that never existed, but there's remnants of it still there. For us, like that song means something. I don't know. I don't know why Dina was crying. I don't know where she's going. I guess she's emotional because she's pregnant.
Well, and they don't have music the way that we do.
Yeah, they
You see what I'm
don't. They
saying?
don't.
It ain't
Yeah.
like, they have, you know,
But when they
AirPods
when
and
they found that that
and
tank,
Spotify and concerts and things like that.
I
So it's
mean,
like,
stuff like that didn't even. Some of that stuff didn't even exist. Like, remember, like there was downtown Seattle. They saw the rainbow, saw the rainbow symbols, and they're trying to figure
mm,
out what it was because they had no concept of like pride. Because
like y'all, that is for y'all.
it's definitely was them, right? If they only knew, but it's weird. But it's just weird sitting like that because it's like they're alien. They're alien to this world because
And
they
see, they don't
because
have
we've
room
been
for the
there.
arts. Like when you're trying to survive, like the arts isn't
It's
like a
secondary.
priority.
Yeah, it's very much secondary. But like that whole scene was dope. Like, them noticing little things, the way that like Ellie was able to like discern that Fedra killed themselves, and then how Dina, when they saw the wolf symbol on the satellite, how Dina pointed out like going straight there was freaking stupid. And like it's crazy to me that Dina has these wild survival instincts. She can process situation way better than Ellie can. And I don't know if it's because Ellie is not all mentally there for what they're doing. And Dina is thinking for the both of them, like how can I get us both back home? And Ellie is just hell bent on, doing damage. But I just like the way that like they both see the satellite. Ellie's like, let's go. Dina's like, come on, think about it. And Ellie's like, just fucking tell me what's up. And then Dina just spills out like they can see us coming. The reason why the freaking thing is visible because they want people to see it. Therefore, they have lookouts, like all that kind of stuff that Ellie's not thinking about. If Dina's not there for this trip, if Ellie was solo, she wouldn't get far.
I'm like, did Ellie miss class? Because I feel like this is something that would have been taught. Like Dina's not
I
getting this out of
mean,
nowhere. Like she's probably being. This is something that you sit down and learn in training. I'm gonna assume Ellie missed those classes.
I'm pretty sure she was right there for them, and it was just this what we're seeing is a very impulsive girl not remembering her training, not remembering, she's not focused on self-preservation, and Dina is. Dina's whole reason there to go, tagging along is to bring Ellie back. Like that's the reason why she left with her. Like yeah, she loved Joel too, but not like Ellie did. And like if Ellie didn't leave, she's not gonna go on a revenge quest by herself to kill Joel's killer. So she's only there for Ellie to make sure she comes back alive. And
Although
so
she should be,
far,
because you don't want to say the name out loud.
but she didn't even know Joel was with anybody else
I'm
because she didn't
digging
see him. She just heard the door open. She was like, "Hey, Joel, what the fuck is that? You?" I just said this shit to him.
So I saw somewhere that this was a scene from the video game. Uh, Although I feel like they said this might have been a little bit more brutal. what I liked about this scene is that they kept one person in the frame for most of this shot. Like you only seen Isaac, then you only
Yeah.
seen this guy being tortured, then you only seen some of the wolves, like one wolf outside the door, then you see like the other one. Like
Mm,
everybody had an individual shot, frame until um, you saw him interacting to actually do the torturing here.
yeah.
Um, and what a way to do! Who thinks like I'm gonna take you into the kitchen? I'm talking about my favorite meal and cooking and stuff, but actually these cast iron skillets is not for, um, you know, I'm not gonna fix no chicken today.
Now they were copper, remember?
Mhm.
If it was cast iron, it would have been better for torture. It would have held the heat. Hey, bro, that shit was sick. But I feel like at a certain point, he should have realized bro wasn't gonna say nothing. Like,
I think he did, but after he had already did a lot of damage. But I think he did by that time he was just like, yeah, he ain't gonna give it up, and it's just gonna be some like burnt fresh flesh in here, and I'm wasting a whole lot of time.
yeah, I call these people the scabs. Before I was thinking about a totally different game. They're the freaking scars. But it's in the game when you're playing as Abby in the game. There's a lot of Abby on Scar violence, but at the same time, she's protecting two Scar children. So that's what I'm saying. Like 3 episodes is not gonna be enough for the amount of story that's ahead of this, ahead of where they are. Cause like the scenes that they showed in this movie, I mean, like you said, this was part of the game. There's other scenes in the movie, in this episode, that were directly from the game, almost beat for beat, like the subway thing. And like where that is in the story, there's so much story after that. Like we have yet to see the totality of the wolves and the scars and what they're up to. So you got that subplot that is creating this hostile environment that Ellie and Dina gotta navigate through. And then you have the what was Abby doing this whole time, story. So it's like three stories converging. And we got 3 episodes to finish them. Oh, that's crazy, man. I don't I don't know how they're gonna do that.
I don't know how they're gonna wrap this up, but they better be action packed these next three.
Yeah,
Um,
I do want to point out one thing though. You know how Abby was like Isaac. How they don't kill innocent people.
mhm.
And like, I'm trying to figure out like how long ago was that? Because it seemed like they're not innocent but unarmed people. It seems like they're beyond that. Like they're well beyond that. So how long ago was that Abby was referencing that they don't kill unarmed people? Cause them folks in the woods, and the little girl, she had a freaking hammer. I'm sorry, she's a child with a hammer. It's not armed.
They discontinued that one. That
clearly, clearly, a lot has happened, and that's the thing about this show is like we're getting so many bits and pieces. Like Abby's telling us about her organization and how they operate. But then when we see them, there's nothing like that. And it's because it's been time between when they were like that and when they're no longer like that. And the same thing with Fedra. Fedra was the law of the land. And now we're back to federal controlled territory and they don't even exist no more. So there's a lot of time, a lot of shit happening between time jumps that we're not seeing.
they may not kill unarmed people, but they sure will burn the hell out of your arm and then kill
Bruh.
you. Uh, but the
That dude was
scars,
unarmed. He was ass naked.
but it ain't like the scars are any less barbaric in their style of unaliving people. Um, because apparently this is like ritualistic. Like I gotta disembowel you to free you in your spirit. Is how they
Yeah, I
read.
don't know what the hell they on. That shit's weird. It's like you kind of want to feel bad for them because they're fighting a greater force, but they're also crazy as shit. So, yeah, but this scene was wild, man. You walk in first, the fact that they Ellie was kind of on her game now because she peeped how to get in there to that window, and they kind of like peeped that okay, ain't no guards out here, and it's mad quiet, and somebody broke in. It was probably some action here. So they peeped all that for they came in there. So it was already ready when they came in there. And when they got in there, it was freaking crazy. And here Dina throwing up again. So which is like our number 2 clue that she's pregnant. This is before she's telling anybody. And it's like it's super obvious. But just to see these guys like
This was
disembowel,
like a
like
Blair Witch ritual.
yeah, it's wild. And then the whole like the message on the wall, her love, like, and who the hell
Exactly.
is her, man? Because like I keep talking about
These
this
people
woman,
are a cult.
but like the woman that they're talking about, supposedly she's already dead. So it's like what her divinity or some sort, like
I don't know. These people doing witchcraft. Okay.
yeah, man, like this, like they're suffering from some kind of group psychosis. How was everybody crazy in that group? And like how big is that group? Because it was a lot of them in the woods. And then you see
And
these
who's
guys.
joining this though?
Bro said that wolves were joining. Like, remember, dude was like, "We're gonna win because y'all losing people all the time. People quitting the wolves and coming over to our side all the time." So
So y'all
supposedly people
passing
were
out
joining.
Kool-Aid in the woods, huh?
I don't know what they doing. I'm trying to figure out like what their thing is. We kind of peeped the wolves. The wolves is kind of like they had a freedom fighter edge to them against Fedra, and it was more about giving the power back to the people. Dude talked about how they called the citizens voters and they did so facetiously because they took away their rights. So like, this whole wolves thing was to give the power back to the people. And it seemed noble at first, but like the scars, they don't seem to have any form of nobility at all. It just seems like they some crazy fuckers.
They're trying to spread the word of your Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
They ain't turning no cheeks, man. that's what they ain't doing. Bro had like 6 arrows and was like, bro, how you get shot that many times?
They read from the book of David and Goliath.
Right, right.
And the wolves are the giant.
All the war parts of the book, all the wars in the Bible is what they. Oh man, so
I'm like, even in this episode, when they started running, I was just like, dang, we got clickers in this episode too. Y'all was just like, y'all will slow it down and then just speed everything up all over again.
yeah, it's crazy though because we're seeing in the game. This is the thing about this that kind of shifts away from the game. In the game, it never really felt like the the fungus, the cordyceps were the real threat. It always felt like the humans were more the threat than anything in the game. In the show,
Cough, cough.
yeah, I mean, yeah,
CWD.
like in the show, dead ass is like there's human drama. There's things that are happening between the humans, like as far as war, politics, and just drama in general with humans. And while that's going on, the cordyceps seems to be amassing an army, and it seems to be plotting and like moving strategically because we saw what happened in Jackson. In this episode, the wolves that followed them after they killed those 2 guys, which was a pretty dope scene, the wolves followed them to the subway and they got attacked by a horde. And this is after the subway was supposedly already cleared, you know? And like that whole thing with the fungus being connected, the the mycelia being connected like to each like a hive mind or whatever. That's not really in the game. Like it's not like if one knows where you are, they all know where you are. You know what I'm saying? But in here, it's like that, and it's crazy because it's like nobody's focusing on the zombies. Like there is like no serious
Is it
focus.
just me, or did these look like freshly infected people because they don't look as evolved as some of the clickers that we've seen before? Like these people look more human than they did fungus.
That they're not like the clickers because they haven't had their vision obscured by the growth,
So
but
so would
they
that be like these must be like newly infected?
or they could be the freaking smart zombies, the lurkers, the whatever the shit called. What they call lurkers, creepers, the one that ambush you. I forgot the name of them, but it
Mm.
could because like I mean these shits operated kind of efficiently. They took them dudes out of the heartbeat, and just the way that they were able to like just access areas when they wanted to, and like they had a know-how to them, and the fact that they weren't covered, and it's like where are they getting fresh bodies from? Because if like the wolves should know their own numbers, they should know if a horde of them got killed by zombies. Because there was a lot. There was a lot of them. So I'm feeling like these are some of the ones that got bit way early on, and instead of you know evolving into the clickers, there were clickers there, but instead of there being like the clicker class of zombies, they were a lot of them were the smart ones instead.
Y'all drop down in the comments if you know maybe what's happening here with the infected. Like, are they going to evolve into like the clickers, or are this like a different strain of the fungus
And
that?
how is there so many of them? What the hell? Where these bodies come from?
Yeah, that was a lot. One thing I did want to point out that's different from the game and the TV show is that they don't have like the airborne spores. So
Yeah,
like
it's
in the TV show, they don't have to like cover their face or
yeah.
anything like that. Because boy, if they did, Dina, you and your baby be gone just that fast.
In this scene right here, actually, this is from the game. This subway scene, they you have a gas mask. Like Ellie, I mean, you're playing as Ellie, so you're kind of faking the funk, like you can get infected. Cause she was hiding it from Dina in the game too, which is another thing. Like, why are you hiding your? Like, I understand in Jackson, but we're going across the country to go find some people, and like a secret like that can get you killed in this exact situation.
Hmm.
Like she saw you get bit. Like you lucky she didn't just cap you. If they didn't have their relationship, she would have shot her. You know what
Listen,
I'm saying?
because I'm like, if everybody has shame mentality, the second they walked away, you'd been like, "My bad, dog," but this is what I got. I'm gonna have to put you down now.
I
That
mean,
was a safety precaution, and her and Joel should have discussed that to say, if I get bit, they need to know because we have a rule here. If somebody gets bit, we go ahead and go ahead and knock them down real fast.
exactly.
And what if
Like
I get bit and somebody says, look, we're doing this with no questions.
no question. Yeah, I mean, if anybody else from Jackson, if it's not Tommy, well, Tommy knows. If it's not freaking Jesse, Maria, or freaking Dina, she's getting shot right away. If she's with anybody else, she's getting shot right away.
Before she could
And it's
even say,
like
"Let me explain," they're gonna be like,
exactly,
"Well, I
and
know the
it's like
rules. I don't play
exactly,
them games.
exactly. And
You
then
can't
what
be
Dina
you
was
can't be
saying,
infected me
even Dina
right
was like
now."
that. She was like, "Hey, Ellie, don't make this harder than what it is." She
Hmm.
told her that from the jump, like. Come on, man. You almost
From
got
that night,
blasted because of secrets.
she wasn't even Ellie no more after that. Once you got bit You're a walking mushroom, and
Yeah, but what gets me is like because we kind of haven't seen the get bit to attacking. Like we never because like the shorty Joe's friend in the first season, when she gets bit, she's changing quickly, but she hasn't lost her mind and started attacking yet. We haven't really seen that. So Dina, her to be so afraid of Ellie at this moment, like is it that fast? Is it like you cool for like an hour and all of a sudden you nuts and you attacking with full force?
that would be something to know. I don't know for those that play the video game or know more about the lore. What is the reanimation time? The time
I mean,
between.
in the game, you don't really see that because, like, you can lure clickers into like fighting other humans. Like, you can make noise in the place where other humans are. You can lure clickers over there, and they'll attack them, and you will see them bite them. And like, even if you get bit, like as Joel, he would have an animation where it seems like he's being infected, but it doesn't quite, you don't see the next step. Like I've never seen the next step of like the person who gets bit tries to hide the bite, and then is it 30 minutes later he's up and at him? Is it an hour later, because Dina seemed to be like, you're about to turn any second now, so I gotta put you down.
It was no game. She was really about to pull that trigger, and I
She
don't
was.
I don't blame her because I don't know the reanimation time. It sometimes depends. Like I want to say, like the maybe had like 2 days if you before it killed you. Like you could be, uh, running the fever. But now Black Summer, if you get bit in Black Summer, you got 2 minutes max before you need to get
Yeah,
the hell out of there.
man, that ain't bad though
The,
compared to freaking World War Z. You got like 12 seconds.
you got to be out of there. Hell, sinners, them damn the vampire damn virus. I want to say you got 5 minutes.
I mean,
That's it. And that's it. So sometimes you can't play games. Sometimes the infection rate and the animation time go by real fast. Adina was like, not today. But
yeah,
they
she
should have
wasn't
had
gonna do that.
they should have worked that out. And again, instead of keeping it a secret, Joel should have told them. And also because hey, heads up, people are looking for Ellie for this reason. So
Yeah,
I mean,
that
so
too.
if anybody come and they try to get her, this is why they coming to get her.
Yeah, I don't even get like why Joel would think that all the fireflies were gone. Like, why would you think that there would be no remnants of the fireflies with this freaking immune girl in the world? But at the same time, like, how many fireflies outside of that facility knew Ellie was immune? Because I mean, I know for a fact from the game that Abby and them didn't know that Ellie was immune, and they didn't even know why Joel killed those people. They didn't realize that Joel killed those people to save Ellie. So, like, the information about her immunity is very limited in this world, but you gotta tell your homies. Like, you gotta tell me we rolling together that your ass immune. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, this could happen. But
And in a case of emergency, I know to push you and run.
exactly, it's like I know you could be a human shield to some extent, you
you go,
know.
you walk in there first. You go from the
But
door first.
freaking what got me though, what really got me in this scene, well, when after she wakes up, first off, the water is dripping on her face, and she gets up grunting and shit. Like, why are you making that kind of noise?
I wouldn't even ask no question there. Ellie would have been dead. I'm sorry.
Like, yo,
I would
yo,
have had
you
to.
sure?
My bad, dog. Do you sound like you was transforming? I thought that the virus was taking over and you was going to come to. She would have got pumped full of lead. It wouldn't have been no
Bro,
one
what?
shot either. If she
Like,
would have
why
got
are you
several,
making that sound of all sounds? It's just a
she
little water foul.
she would have got several pow pows.
But what got me after that was how when she proved that she wasn't infected, then they got right to the lesbian sex. Like Dina's very impulsive, man. Like I feel like Dina likes Ellie. Like there is a love there to an extent, but at the same time, it felt like, oh, I thought I might have lost you in this moment, and let me not bullshit no more and take this seriously.
Now,
Like you
see,
really needed a mortal injury to.
that's not what bothered me. This is what got me. I need to know the rules of infections because I was scared. Because in 28 weeks later,
Oh, the
when
mom who was still infected,
she was infected, she didn't turn, but she was
a
still carried
carrier.
the virus. And
Yeah.
when her husband that had raggedy ass husband, the one that left her, when the
What
zombies
you
came,
mean?
remember at
Man,
the
bro did all he could. Like,
no,
no,
he waved at her from the window
no.
and
She was
she
dead
took off
wrong. She
on
was
an
dead wrong
Olympic
for chasing
sprint.
that child, man. She was dead wrong for chasing that child. Bro was that dude in that scene. Folks be trying to give him hell for that shit. No, I won't hear it. Cause when they started breaking in and everybody was running for their life, one man had a crowbar and was beating ass, and it was him. And he was holding them back for everybody else. He did that.
And then
Then
then he ran and told them kids that she was dead afterwards. You know, you waved at her while you
he
was
thought
running.
he saw her get snatched because she was in the window and he saw her get snatched. Like, do we think she survived?
If you see me, help me.
How may I help you? Why are you running after? We done got on a totally different fucking show. Why are you? Why are you running after a kid that you don't know? Like, bro is making all the wrong decisions, and you running after him. If she
That's
will follow her husband, they would have got out of that other room. They would have been running across that field to that damn boat.
he
But
shouldn't have.
no,
He should. That's
that's
why
it.
I had to. We had to bring it around. We had to bring it around because see what happened was that's why I knew he was raggedy. Then he gonna come sneak to the hospital tomorrow. I'm sorry and stuff. You saw me in the window and you kept running.
And she made all the bad decisions. She made all the wrong decisions. I'm supposed to die for your bad decisions. What the fuck?
When he got there, when he said, and he seen she, she, in the hospital bed or whatever, she can't even talk because she's going through stuff. And he kissed her, and then he immediately turned. That was like 30 seconds.
Yeah, that shit, that
30,
rage virus was crazy.
yes,
Yeah.
30 seconds. And I was just like, I need to know the rules because how I'm
It can
thinking,
just be sexually transmitted.
is it blood? Is it saliva? Like, how does it? Can you? Are we breathing it? Like, what is? Y'all need to. Okay, look, HBO, y'all gonna have to explain the rules to me. We're
I'm
gonna have to sit
pretty
down and have a
sure.
lesson.
I'm pretty sure that Ellie, she just has a weaker version of the cordyceps.
But
Like
see,
I'm
in
pretty
my
sure this.
mind, once Dina kissed her, I feel like the virus should have transformed. So y'all, I
It
need to
ain't no
know.
virus. It's a fungus. You know.
Science people, help me.
I
Help
am
me.
trying to help you right now. No, seriously, I really my whole theory about this, and I thought about this a long time ago, like because I've seen videos discussing the cordyceps fungus and whatnot. I think she's just as infected as any person running around crazy, like, but she can't pass it on because she has a weaker strain of the same fungus. So it makes her immune to any other introduction of the fungus into her bloodstream. But at the same time, she doesn't have any of like the the pathological effects of the fungus. So she can't transmit it. She can't shed it. That's what it is. She can't like create. It will be spores in the real world, but they don't have spores in the show. She can't like create spores and infect someone else because she has a different strain of it doesn't have that functionality. Like it's the only thing that makes sense. And that also makes me feel like there's no way you could use her brain to create a vaccine. It makes no sense. Because if it's a different strain, then you're not inoculating for the actual infectious version of the fungus. You're inoculating for the strain that she has, which is benign to humans. Therefore, it's ineffective. Like you're not doing anything but killing a little girl.
See, I could stay on this all day because I would go down a rabbit hole asking so many questions. But with 3 episodes left, they might not even answer all the questions that I'm gonna have related to
It
that.
gotta be another season, man. I just don't see it. I just don't see it. Like they're just not running up on Nora. Like, yeah, I forgot about that at the end. So they know where Nora is based on the freaking walkie-talkie they got from Shorty in the cut up in the building. And it's like in the game, yo, you run through. Well, in the game, Tommy goes ahead of them, and he kills one of the guys in the cabin from the Joel execution scene. He kills one of them himself, and that's before you even get out there. And because you're tracking Tommy in the game, trying to figure out where he's going in order to help him, get to Abby. Tommy's doing what they're doing in the show, picking up on clues and trying to find where Abby is. Now, when they find Nora and she's with her dude in the game, and in the game, I don't even know if I want to say this part. In the game, she has a similar problem as Dina, and and
Spoiler alert.
she gets killed because if you haven't played, the game is 3 years old by now, man. She dies. Okay, Nora dies.
Well, at least you warned me this time because y'all just let me go walk into episode 2 just shocked and
But
just
it's like
hoping for the best.
all Abby's friends kind of get picked off one by one. So how are they gonna do that in 3 episodes? I mean, because the whole story is like the folly of revenge. Abby's revenge results in her friend's deaths. And Ellie seeks revenge, and it results in her losing everything. And at the end of the day, the story is a total downer, and nobody's better off. That's how the game ends, pretty much. But there's a lot between here and there, man. There's even a time jump in the game at the end. Like multiple years, Dina has a baby, and the baby is big enough to not be freshly born. Like time has passed in the game. And I don't know how they're gonna freaking do that in 3 episodes. So it has to be a season 3.
I hope so. I'm telling y'all, these 3 episodes better be action packed. I'm telling y'all, do not play with me, HBO. These last 3 episodes. I need my heart rate up at the end of each episode
And then
because we
we
ain't
ain't
had
had none
time.
of the Joel flashbacks either. Cause there's
So yeah,
Joel flashbacks in the game. And ain't no way Pedro Pascal filmed for 2 episodes, fam. Like, I don't believe it.
and he gonna have to come back and show signs because I can hear all the people. Oh, they can't carry the show, and we need Pedro.
Oh
We
man,
need
oh my god.
Pedro.
Oh my god.
Pedro had to go be Mr. Fantastic. Please, y'all.
Yeah, I know, right? Bro is definitely Hispanic because he got hella jobs.
If y'all made it this long, if you made it this long, please make sure you have liked and subscribed. Y'all, 3 more episodes. Okay. Be on the lookout for this week Godfather of Harlem, Handmaid's Tale, and we are going to recap the series finale of You. And we will see everyone in the next one.
Well, imagine as I'm pacing the pews in a church corridor, and I can't help but to hear. No, I can't help but to hear.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What a beautiful
Thank you.
wedding. What a
Thank you.
beautiful wedding.
Thank you.
Bridesmaid to a waiter. But what a shame. What a shame. The poor groom's bride is
Thank you.
a whore. I mean, with the haven't you people ever heard of?
Thank you.
Closing a goddamn door. No, it's much better to face these kinds of things with a sense of poison rationality. Haven't you people ever heard of?
Thank you.